What's up? Happy Friday. We got another one of these. I am struggling to catch up on these videos, to keep caught up on email, customer communications, and none of it's going perfectly, but we're doing what we can. So work done today across the board on a whole bunch of different fronts. The Florida guy's cars, both of his cars have been between 95 and 98% for like 2 months, and he's not in a hurry, and there's other higher priority things, but they need to go. They've been here a long time. So one of which he's going to sell and not take back to Florida. The other one is going to be transported to Florida. So that's the one we put a lot of energy in today. We found another vacuum leak. Pretty much anywhere where there could be a vacuum leak, there is a vacuum leak. So it's it's called a sucking jet pump. And it's this little, seemingly a one-way valve that wires off and then goes into the brake booster and then goes somewhere way behind the starter, just buried in the engine. You'd have to take the subframe out to get to it, maybe the engine. It is way in there. So we replaced that hose today. Had to reuse the one part of it because we're not gonna take the subframe out to replace a $50 hose. And the rest of the hose was okay, but the one-way valve was leaking. So that's done. Then we were missing some aerodynamic spats in the back. That's done. And then on the blue car, the one he's going to sell, the Toledo Blue 02 530i automatic, if anybody's interested, hit me up. We found out that the washers don't work. Surprise, surprise. It was originally, at least, the hose that goes from the reservoir, from the pump, up behind the fender, and then feeds the feeder line that goes to the nozzles. So we replaced that hose. Now we have pressure in that hose harness, and now it's just gushing out from in the hood, in the engine bay, underneath the heated nozzles. So we'll need that whole harness. My guess is we'll replace that harness and then find out that the jets themselves don't work either. As I said a week ago, if it's original, you have to replace the whole thing. It's a few hundred in parts, it's a few hundred in labor. They're just not holding up. All of those original plastics subject to the heat. BMW plastics are garbage. They just turn into dust 15 years later. They cannot hold up 20 years later. So making progress, it's just slow. Kept working on the inventory project today. We're very close, we're almost there. And God, this morning, that feels like 3 days ago. Kenan stayed last night because we had the watch event last night and came back here. We got a brunch this morning at like 10:30. I got up to the shop pretty early. Sergio wasn't there today. I was just working on like 15 different projects. Then I got my M5 cleaned up today. We've got an elite finish Cars and Coffee tomorrow that I'm looking forward to. So first cleanup since before Germany. And I found a whole bunch of cat prints all over the hood, and that tracks because when Larissa came up here after my dad went to Mexico, she's like, Peanut was in the garage. The door didn't get shut all the way when he left, when my dad left, so Peanut can get a claw in there and pull it open and get out here. I saw cat prints on the windshield of the 540 and then the hood of the M5. Thankfully, the claws don't come out on the cars. Doesn't hurt anything. They wipe right off. But it's funny to see like cat prints all the way down the hood. You can see where he jumps up, plants 4 feet, and then walks up the hood and up the glass. Just cat things, I suppose. So tonight, dinner, Naughty Barrel, back here for a Laker game, in-season tournament in Phoenix against the Suns, Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. Phoenix is phenomenal this year. Somehow the Lakers are up 2-0 over the Suns this season, but it's not been pretty. It's just the fourth quarter. They came alive, started knocking down some shots, playing some good defense, and winning the 50-50 balls. So nice to see that tonight. We're gonna get some sleep. It's 10 o'clock. I gotta go shower still. Elite Finish Cars and Coffee tomorrow. Some things on the coast tomorrow that'll be exciting. We'll explain more then. It'll be a fun weekend. Talk tomorrow.